Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Hero, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Previously, we did the first set of side stories. Now we're back off to the main game. So we're doing the Natsuki route first, once again. This is the order we'll kind of do it in. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Manly. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. You're always hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No, thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Huh? Why that, all of a sudden? Because you have no money. Plab. No reason, really. I just want to look at. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? You see, your archetype always never has enough money. You have messy rooms, you don't got money. You sometimes throw bananas at my windows. Wait, no, that's Donkey Kong. It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So however, you're not hungry. You want an excuse to take a walk. Or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money, so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. As that only leaves the one option. Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Hahaha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't know that she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Manny let me borrow some money. Don't be involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Yuri! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Did I just went all chuny on us? You should go hang out with Natsuki. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. Oh no, it's a revolution, alright. Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Let's not talk about that. Not in the context of this game. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. That is true. Especially if you go and we looked in like the side stories. Sayori is actually one of the more smarter characters. At least emotionally, anyway. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Whap. Kia. Ow. What was... Huh? A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. You paid your anime dues. Do you know of anime archetypes? You get your dues paid. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. I was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Why are you hugging the... Okay. Jeez, just eat it. Thank you, Manly. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasped her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going for a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Now you can bite your tongue too. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her because she's a hugging monster. Ah, jeez. I get. Not like I want to give you a cookie or anything. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Stealth eating action. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika is in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. No. No. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Manly agrees, .jpg. That's true. Excuse me? It's alright, Natsuki. You'll get your turn in one of these routes. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Huh? Monika chose a club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. A boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Hey, what's up? I'm Manly. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. It's a little odd, Monika. What were you up to? Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. As seen as a side story. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. After I write a love song, of course, for our pro tag. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Manly. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Oh, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love a chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. So this should be actually her unique scene, rather than like a shared scene like the previous one. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pull the first volume of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know. I'm a manga expert. I handle them mangas. The old manga corral. I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give you my manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So you're gonna tell me everything you fought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found... Monika! Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Oh, sorry, not sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet, so I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. You know, into the trash. It's still all there. I just had to organize it a bit. Into the trash. Ugh. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. I feel like that's just Monika doing that on purpose at this point. She's like, that's what you get for flirting with Manly. Manga's gonna go in the top closet. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Use a stool! Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste it on the top shelf? Oh, Natsuki. There's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? It's not kind of like think, it's kind of like... Yes. You know, height is like an objective thing. It's like a measurement of where you either reach it or don't. I mean... I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Fall, comically. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. And that's what they all say. Staying on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki's being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Wait for it. Kia! The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Whoa, 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 whoa. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet, need to know, like, romantic hijinks or anything, yet. She holds the box triumphantly. It's there! I mean, it's there in the sense of, like, you made me laugh. Having almost failed, Natsuki's a bit shaken up. And jeez, you think this is a sitcom? You need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. The classroom chairs have a desk attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Oh man, I hate those. Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. Those are sometimes kind of like wobbly. Gotta be a little careful, because they like to like lounge. Whoops, skip some text. Let's see, what does it say? She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous. See, I told you, so it's a chair, swivels, and rolls. I would know because I've used these things in like a pinch where I'm lazy to get a stool. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Push! Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly bounces onto her feet. Come on, Natsuki. You know you're stuck in some kind of romance sitcom. You know what's gonna go down. I mean, you're gonna go down. Maybe. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat, wedge my back against the side of the doorway, and simply watch. There we go. Is this a new CG or was this here before? You know, I really don't remember. See? I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. Whoa, 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 whoa. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it who told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt. That's so cliché! I mean, but I saw it coming. I forced myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, Manly. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. Eh? But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Eh? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. I thought you liked manga. Well, now you're into manga cliché. Natsuki, the box. What are you looking at? You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not. I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You hentai. You set me up. You asked me to do this. Go away. You don't have to be like such a cliche tsundere. Get out. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Kia! The scene turns to chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands and the books go flying. I got you. Crash! The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelted me in the face. Well, if your manga weren't bent before, they bent now. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. Ugh. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Oh. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. Ugh. She presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Huh? Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Gah. Gross, gross. Gah. A fist pounds in my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking? You sicko? Everything okay over there? You all flirting in here? You best get out. I heard a loud noise. Monika suddenly peers in. Monika! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total hentai. So I hope you're happy. I am. I didn't... Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monika. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monika says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no. My... Eh? I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page as she's desperately trying to smooth out. Oh, it must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you... No! Natsuki's voice squeaks. Squeak. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No. I don't even care that much. I'm just... having a real bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? You know about you reforming your tsundere ways? Natsuki shakes her head. Just... every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright, well, I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. Ah, I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll help you cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. Eh? That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Like a friend. Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I can do. Next couple minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in the correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box into the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki's holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. Hey, wait a minute. The thing about cheering me up. If you insist, that wasn't a proposal. We sit in the same spot as last time and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. For now. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual. It's time to share poems again. Stop your flirting over there! Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know. Told ya. Yeah. I returned to my seat and slipped the book into my bag. Alright, we're gonna show off Natsuki's poem. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poem's supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me. Obviously. Think I let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you, Natsuki's face freezes like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. And the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. On that day, Natsuki felt 2 Doki Dokis in her heart. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Manly. First off, stop flirting everyone else except me. Did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? By terrible, do you mean me just being me? Smooth, that is. No. I just told her that. My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Manly? Monika, what are you talking about? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monika's joke at all. Anyway, How do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches a poem out of Monika's hands. That's mine for me to keep forever. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom. Did you read this, Monika? Of course, I liked it. Ugh! You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that. Yeah? But Manly wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share it with everyone, right? Ooh. Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Manly's done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. But I'm just gonna hold on to this forever. In my shrine. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Ugh. Never mind. Natsuki. I'll give you the poem. But that's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Manly is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. It's not like she's gonna like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. No, I won't let you keep it. It's my only copy. You have to put a ring on if you want to keep it. I mean, yeah. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. This is about you, isn't it? You're the spider lover. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. We didn't think I was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues in much simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks my... that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you, like manga. And that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone? And it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least, I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. You know, I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Might as well show it to Monika now, because she has fairly unique dialogue about it. Hi again, Manly. That was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I bet the two of you have been getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem. You can go ahead and read mine now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem. of meaninglessness. Load me. Load me? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kinda like playing with my space in the paper. Just seeing where and how the space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's so hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Monika, no! Wait, is this tape even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I'm just gonna load back. I'm just curious if Monika comments if you show it to her first. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not gonna be bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright. It's pretty good. You've been spending some time with Natsuki, haven't you? You must like her writing style. Oh yeah. I think it's a neat way to tell a story. I don't disagree. Natsuki poems may be cute, but they're also meaningful. I can see why you'd be into that style. I guess that means you're not as much as a fan of Yuri's poems then. I wouldn't say that. I kind of like everyone's poems. That's true. But I'm sure you like some more than others, right? Like Yuri's use of complex words and symbolism. Or Sayori's way of expressing happiness or sadness in a more direct way. You must have some kind of preference, don't you? Oh, not that's a contest or anything. I was just curious, that's all. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. She skims over a second time and her smile not fading from her face. I see. At first I just thought you liked her writing style, but you wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? So that's only like a little dialogue difference. It's a nice little detail. Are you still mad at me? Huh? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday? Because you reading this poem, now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think it before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. If I speak without thinking, the thing I want to keep inside come out. Make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monika wants. But it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying her time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if we don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. Wow, I don't even get to see her poem on Natsuki's route. Okay, now we're doing Sayori's poem route. Manly. Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I want to get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Sure, why not? I mean, it's your route. Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival's coming up? Me and Monika are gonna make some posters and stuff. So you need to go find some crayons, markers, and glue sticks. Oh, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay. Okay, Monika, we'll be back soon. Oh, you going with Manly to get supplies? Are you gonna be flirting with Manly without me? I mean, there's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I want to go. It's so much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Manly? Yep, let's go. Sayori and I exit the club room. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips around the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm taking a kid to the mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure you would make an event out of literature. Book Made Cafe! Me and Monika have it all planned out. Don't you worry. So, Nanoka. Yep, we're gonna do poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone is gonna take turns on stage and recite their favorite poems. Ah, that sounds kind of dull. Manly, you're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about the performing them. Like you say the lines of the poem like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that. Sayori, how did you do that? How did I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. Oh, I know. That's a little your archetype, we know. I just meant that it's pretty ordinary contrast to your cute self. Oh, don't say that, it's embarrassing. I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I'm so excited. The festival's gonna be so much fun. Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. Hey Manly, this classroom over here is empty. Like my soul. Let's begin the mission. The mission, eh? It's been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine, drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As for the years that went by, I began to hold myself up in a room more and more. Yeah, who would do that? So going on adventuring with Sayori brings about a special sort of feeling I forgot I had in me. The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight to the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons? Anime hijinks? Sayori pours a box full of crayons off the shelf. They're the best brand, too. They're kind of dirty, though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the color names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted. We still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favorite color. Fine. But at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Smack! Kia! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. You seem to do that a lot. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Ow. You okay? My forehead. Sayori clutches her forehead. Gee, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts. Just do it for a second. You putting your hands here has no benefit. Sayori slowly releases her hand from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs to the side. Ow. Sorry. Sayori scenes are kind of like more... How do you describe them? They're not like intimate in like a intimate way, but they're kind of intimate and more of just like a little bit of... What's the word for like skinship going on? You're not really touching skin though, but you're fixing like her blazer, you're like touching her forehead, stuff like that. It's like a breaching of that closeness and that boundary. That maybe there's something more than just childhood friends here. If this, was a normal non-horror game. There's a huge red mark on the center of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. Man, that's gonna swell up. I should find you some ice. Manly. Where would I even find ice around this time? Oh, because a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. Oh, what are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? Okay. I pat Sayori on the shoulder and run out into the hallway. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter, since in the end, I mean, it will be used as an ice pack rather than a drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. In just a moment, I'm all ready to return to the classroom where I left Sayori. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori. Here. I hand Sayori the ball of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. No! Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, baka. Ah, sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the ball against the bump on her head. It stings. Just bear with it, and it'll feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey, Manly. This kind of reminds you of growing up, doesn't it? Eh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself or get a bump, and I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You would try really hard to get me to stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? No, seriously, did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? No, I've only entered this game world like 4 hours ago? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games, I didn't pay enough attention to you. I didn't pay enough attention to the game of life. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time, too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Manly, I don't think you realize it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. See what I meant? Like it's like a breaking of the boundaries. It's like a flow of a relationship, that is. Before you even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Friends! Really? Maybe you're right. Manly, I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Don't worry, Sayori. I'm sure this Doki Doki Literature Club trademark will be like this forever. And nothing bad will happen. Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up for college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But, well, I hope so. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy. Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep and fond like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't want to worry Monika, you know? Good luck with that. She's gonna see your forehead either way. Now if I hide under my bangs. Sayori hops to her feet. Ah! She clutches her forehead again. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Ooh! Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try to hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Ah, you're back. Good timing, I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems and getting over there because you were flirting for too long. Huh? Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. Well, anyway. Were you able to find everything we needed? Uh-huh. I have it right. Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all the stuff. Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. I found the poster paper, too. Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Manly. I always do. Ah, well, Sayori. I feel I'll come up with an excuse for Sayori. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Oh, okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too. Okay, everyone. You ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Manly, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Yeah, I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before? I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so... Huh? No way. Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Huh? Smooth, Manly, smooth. Whoa. Stop thinking weird things, Baka. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking. Well, let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. Huh? I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Oh, hey. I'm not a kid, you know. Are you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Manly. Will you give me your poem? I kinda wanna keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Are you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Man, everyone wants my poems nowadays. Snap. Oh, I broke my pencil. That's kinda cute. As Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive of her usual surroundings, she bumps right into me. So sorry. It's fine. Daijobu, mondai nai. I get it for you. I bend down to pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk behind her to support herself, knees shaking. I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh! Sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. All I did was just throw together random words. It doesn't even form a proper poem. All I did was just be like... cute. Darkness. Heart. I'm sure I'll like it. Ooh, a long poem. Nice. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the ball on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, and the balls all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends. Each ball of starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and the crannies. Digging and digging. Scraping and scraping. I blow dust off of my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look for my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and shards all over the floor. They're supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting and pleading something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. This is a fairly important one for Sayori's characterization. You can kind of see like the nature of her character of thinking of her as happy, not necessarily looking at her for herself, and just how like she wants to give. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this? Yes, Sayori's the best poem writer in the class. Of course I did! Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out so good, so you should be proud of it. Oh, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Oh, don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. So did Monika. Hi again, Manly. How's the writing going? Skip ahead. It's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori, like the one from when you wrote. You two are like the dynamic duo. Oh, that's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a bit of time to make friends with everyone. But Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people. So don't be afraid to give them their share of time. But reload! You can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like... unapproachable or anything, am I? You kinda are unapproachable in the sense of like game scripting. Oh no, it's nothing like that. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah. I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I really didn't mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. So now we're gonna do Yuri's route? Hey, Yuri. Eh? Suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no. I was kind of just waiting for you. Oh, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? None at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I suddenly watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, I have the water pitcher. Thanks. I'll be right back. Huh, might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Off floating without me, I see. Just like everybody else. Eh? We're just... Yuri's gonna make some tea. I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monika. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. You left for now. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monika, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell there's something wrong with helping involve Manly in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Huh. Then let's go, Manly. You really quickly exits the room and then I follow. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Jealousy. Yuri. Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monika to judge people like that. Manly. I like to feel like Monika's staring at us. She's like plastered up against the window right there right now, like face right up against it, just giving us like the stink eye. Like, how long is I gonna flirt out there? How come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing that you do is bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. You know that episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog? When that thing says you're not perfect? Just like that. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. Ah, no. Wouldn't you hate me for something terrible sad? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? A friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Manly. I really like being friends with you. I think Yuri is one of the most forward of the bunch. Natsuki's really forward too. But Yuri was always like... She knows that she wants to like date you or something. And she's all of a sudden now she's like butting heads. Like, I'm... One of the social anxieties, now the one that's really butting heads. You see what the contrast here? You throw a Manly in the mix and everything changes. I like being friends with you too. I mean, friends. I'm emphasizing the friends part. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. You and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once you fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Manly, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, of course I do. Oh yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle at 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. If I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try to expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Manly. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Manly, I have another request. One involving a ring. No. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Okay. Yeah? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. And it's a little more intimate. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of my... Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have trouble reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Oh, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri's sides closer until our shoulders are touching. Lewd! How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Huh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. You'll just have to give it to me by mouth. Wait, what? Nothing. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder time reading it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case... Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. It's like feeding a hamster. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place a chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Eh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Manly. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? Yeah, friends just pass romantic chocolates to each other's mouths all the time. I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is Doki Dokiing. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. But this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't even avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone, please stop. Okay, fire hydrant, fire drill, out. Oh, out, fire drill, bomb shelter, get on your desks. Ooh-ah. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Manly, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Okay, let's show Yuri her poem. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Manly. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Doki. 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 Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you never shared your own writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, People just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Ooh, the raccoon. Like a tanuki. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night, while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that's fed will always come back for more. I've seen those videos. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement, a rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that, but I better not be that raccoon. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Manly? Let's not talk about... Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Manly. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable with sharing my writing, but now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling, and you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Alright, let's show it to Monika. Hi again, Manly. Hi. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most... romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. And when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Oh, she saw that chocolate scene. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monika kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway. So looks like there's some like unique dialogue here, based on like some of the orders of the characters. Looks like this one's kind of interesting. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. We didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. My message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, because you will realize how stupid they're being. It's the same dialogue. Let me go a little more. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Makes you feel stupid, etc., etc. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it. She said something similar to you. That poem shouldn't be... That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I could just try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure today. But the way you put it, it sounds like she learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. I want to make people think, not just feel. And be time machine. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Oh, that's funny. Didn't Natsuki also write something about that? Was something ridiculed for strange interest? Huh? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. So I think you two have that in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Oh, please don't tell her I said that. Oh, don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. Okay, so we've gone for everyone's poems, basically. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? You won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to do for the event. Oh, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? But, Monika... Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all in the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Huh? Well, I did. Did you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess it leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Looks like you'll actually have to communicate with people in a non-tsundere way. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. Yuri? What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Oh, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh! You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika! This is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect it to do in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Oh, of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Oh, thank you very much. I was just hoping I set a good example. You ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Whoa, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Oh, God. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Yay. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Haha, sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting to yourself like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Manly liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of general delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Huh. Don't mean to go before Manly. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Just talk about anime for a while and be fine. We'll just call it a day. Might as well let Manly lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities, and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called Anime. It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because there's no one else to look? Because you're presenting. Huh. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Like the manga compilation? Shonen Jump? Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little uninfused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. She does a lot of huffing, right? She always like huffing and puffing, like the damn wolf. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not be making me do that again. Natsuki, just be honest with yourself and be nice with everyone. Come on now. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm only pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. You know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monika. I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monika, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Wish that was me. And geez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. And guys, you're all looking a little more jealous than, like, happy. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Manly. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll come with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So let's just say one day, Yuri has to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I would still walk home with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Manly. You think about me too much sometimes. You would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Then what happens if I say I would walk home with Yuri? Walking home with Yuri, huh? When is the thought that make my heart Doki Doki des? I mean, given how hard it is for the socialize, I'd feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Oh, you admitted it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never gonna happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. It was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. So here's the end dialogue for walking home, but now with... I would walk home with Natsuki. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? What is the thought that make my heart Doki Doki? I mean, I think I'd be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? It has nothing to do with what I just said. Same dialogue to the end there. Looks like I unlocked this. It's like the word kawaii. You're in the poem game. Oh no. Looks like there's like a special poem here. This would be a special event in the past. There once was a ladybug. It was so small. It took a really long time to crawl from there to here. It was very tiring to fly for too long. Nobody squishes ladybugs because they're cute. Does that make them better than other bugs? Do ladybugs know they're cute? I think they're too preoccupied with bug things. And so the ladybug crawled around and did bug things. The story wasn't really going anywhere. But I know you don't mind. I hope you think it's nice for being there anyway. Like ladybugs. Like this ladybug. The one that clings like a doof onto your sleeve because it knows you won't squash it. If it doesn't bug you, will you stay a while? So for that last set of poems, we have now unlocked the last of the side stories. Balance, reflection, and self-love. These will be done in the next part of the series.